So today's session is special with a special guest of honor today. Define success on your own terms, achieve it by your own rules, and build a life you're proud to live. I think so. This statement pretty much defines our special guest today. We take many names in the list of successful women leaders: Indra Nui, Kiran Majumdar, Chanda Kochar, and the list is endless. One more name I truly believe has achieved so much at a young age and is on the rising: Ankita Shroff, our special guest for this webinar series. Welcome, Ankita.
Thank you so much, Pratik. It's an honor to be here. Yes.
Sure. Thanks a
And you've really put me in the level of Indra Nooyi, Kiran
lot.
Mazumdar Shaw. These are all my role models. So I hope I can be like them one day. And
Yes.
I wish to keep climbing the ladder. Thank you.
Sure, sure. You will. All right. So, to give you brief about Ankita, Ms. Ankita Shroff holds her bachelor's in computer engineering from Maharashtra Institute of Technology and master's in management from Imperial Business School, London. She also has completed a diploma in sustainable business and responsible leadership. She's a founder of Spala, Spaces for Skills, Passions, Arts, and Learning and Activities. She's an associate director of Shroff Group. It's a real estate developer in Pune, and she manages marketing, sales, project development, and family investments in the Shroff Group. And it just doesn't end here. She is also CMO of Sprout, which is a green building consultancy. She has led a company by the name of SAV Chemicals before. She is founder and managing director there. She's also vice chairman of India for Global Dignity. Apart from all the roles that she's played, many awards that she has received in the category of young women entrepreneurs. She has been featured by India Today as a Pune's change maker, 30 women under 30 by Franchise India, Power Women Awards, National Builder Award, and the list is very long. She has been invited as a speaker in various forums in Thailand, Sweden, Startup Grind Import by Google, Facebook. She leads tech organized by Your Story, various chambers of commerce and colleges across India. Her startup story has been published on various websites across Sweden, UK, and Thailand. Really, really, really a great privilege to host you today, Ankita. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Le- Sure. So yes, let's get started. First and foremost, you've been doing so many things, but out of which kind of pops out in these days is we are seeing a lot of buzz about the helpline that you've created newly. Can you throw some light on the initiative where you have set up a helpline for the people suffering from anxiety, depression during this lockdown?
Sure. So it's actually a project where a couple of collaborators, we all join hands together to form a helpline, which was basically because we're all unsure, uncertain what the future is about employment, about everything in life. So giving that mental health, positivity, and a direction of hope is something that we wanted to look at. So we came up with a concept of a helpline called Let's Talk, where we have counselors onboarded who are all volunteers. There is no money involvement. It's again pro bono. Oh,
Wow.
we have about 20, 25 volunteers all across India. Then we have, these are expert psychologists and a group of about 50 volunteers who are actually picking up the calls and directing them to the therapist. So it's
Wow.
one way so that many people are living alone. They are not sure, they're missing family, friends. They don't know whether they're going to get their next pay, or they're just low. So we want to give them that hope that it's not just your lockdown, we're everyone in the same phase of life, but
True.
how we can utilize this lockdown and be a better us is what we want to focus on. And there's always hope, things are going to get better. So we came up with an idea because finally having that strong mental health is only going to lead you to a better future. It's
Of
about
course.
being mentally strong. That's why the helpline was, worked. I mean, that's the only thing we could help people, being far away just through a phone call. That's why Let's Talk.
Amazing, amazing initiative, Ankita. Really appreciate it, and I think so. The viewers of this video are going to get benefited from this helpline. I would request
Yes,
anybody.
I'll just tell you the helpline. It's 844-844-9428. So anybody wants to, and talk to our expert psychologists, therapists, we're always there to, just call us. Thank you.
Great. So I'll also put this helpline number in the description of the video once we publish
Yes,
it.
please.
Uh, and hope I would request viewers, if you know anybody who is probably going through a tough time right now in the lockdown, please help all the people around you with this helpline, and I think so it'll be of really good help just to get through this difficult times, and that's what is really
Yes,
important. In
right.
all of this, you're helping people, you're running your businesses. How do you keep yourself positive during the lockdown, Ankita?
Wow. Yes, I think to be honest, it's been one of my favorite times because there's so much time I've got for myself. So I focused on five things that really would was something meant for me. The first one is learning new things or skills which I'd always procrastinated or delayed in my life. It could be something like cooking or learning how to make designing on Canva, which I would always delegate, or even simple things like making a website. I would never
Wow.
want to do it myself because I'm a very number girl. I've never really worked on design creative side to look more at, but it's always important to look yourself from that perspective, because when you're looking at a whole business to be, it's important as well. So the first thing is I've focused on, energy and time on learning new things that I've always honestly not enjoyed. So because there's so much time left, we have the time. So let's take up those things which you've not done so far. Then the second thing I think is definitely fitness, maybe an hour or something,
Lovely.
to keep that lethargy off. And you need to work out at least for sure. That's the second thing I've done. The third thing is I've been looking at writing a little journal and
Wow.
gratitude. Yeah, so it's very difficult to start. I've never written a journal of my own, but just pen down thoughts. Maybe it could be gratitude of some friends or family, or how can I just to write what I've been doing and learning. That's, I think, the third most important thing. I think so the gratitude and reflection, it's all about reflecting. And there's so much happening, but if we reflect, you learn so much from your own self. So I think that's my third point. The fourth thing that I've been doing is definitely reading, not a lot of books, but looking up at YouTube or videos or whatever I think is relevant for my startups, or working on those things. So, and the last thing is working on a lot of ways to help for COVID. It could be the mental health helpline, or connecting people for masks, some kind of a social service that keeps your brain. So we do read the news and we see the negativity of how many people are dying, but how can we turn that negativity by positivity by actually taking the right action and helping people, so that there can be a little positive action can help you make that thing better, right? So these are my five things that I've been doing to keep myself busy. And honestly, I've not got, I just watch like 15 minutes of TV just to get the news, just to know what's happening in the world. Otherwise, that's it. I think my day is super busy, working on my own. There's office work, working from home, delegating work to your team. So that is always happening. But these are the five things that keeps my entire day busy.
Wow, lovely. I mean, it's a really great, the tasks and the things that you're doing right now for keeping you busy. I think so viewers are going to get benefited from it. Especially, I think so. Even I try and do it. That I definitely make sure that my fitness regime is met every day. And one more thing
Yes,
that I do is, I just like you, I watch TV or news just for 10 to 15 minutes just to get the brief of the news, and that's what is really important,
absolutely.
I believe. Right now people are
Absolutely.
watching TV like crazy for, like, if they want, they will watch it for 24 hours. And what I believe is they're corrupting their minds with those news instead of corona. And people should just stop it, get the news, get the brief, get
Yes.
moving with the world. But
Yes.
yes, keep yourself busy with
Yeah.
All these things that just Ankita told us about.
Yes. So the first thing I think is the most important thing is learn a new skill. I think that's the most important time because it's like a
Right.
21-day habit. If you do a thing for 21 days, it becomes a skill, it becomes a habit. So if you, it's the
Sure.
best time to learn something, right?
Of course, of course, of course.
Yes.
That's very well put.
Perfect. Yeah.
Uh, Related to work now, you're currently looking after 3 to 4 ventures simultaneously. Do you feel your work is affected by self-quarantine, or your uh, it's
Uh,
time?
Yeah. Yeah, I think initially the first 5, 6 days the tempo was low. I think I was in a phase of figuring out how to I plan my things or just sort out the whole mess. But I think now I'm getting back into the groove where I'm actually, the entire team, we're doing Zoom calls to delegate work to them or by emails. So the problem is we were not on a cloud and there was no server backup. So it's been difficult in terms of getting the data, especially in the real estate company, or we've not had because the data was on the server in office, it was difficult to delegate work to a lot of team members. But yeah, so it has been definitely difficult. The tempo has gone down low, but at least for me, the way I'm utilizing is of thinking of ideas how to integrate technology in all businesses. That was my biggest learning, and also looking at ways to make efficiency in the current businesses. So I think I've used it, although because there has been definitely a like a slow phase because of data being a problem. So it has hampered, but I think again, I think it's coming back. We are just finding solutions how to get the data, looking at way to just integrate technology. Yes. So yeah, but now it's getting back in the group. Even with the startups, we are working on how can we use it for marketing different ways. We can use technology to send emailers, or we could use, or by impart knowledge by Zoom calls or conferences or something like that. So there are ways to actually use this time to make people aware about it. But there are few things like, for example, your site work can't happen because it's a brick and mortar company. So things are stored on site, but things
Right.
which can be done online can be done. Wherever there's social media marketing or something where accounting can be done through Tally or something like that, we try to work on those things.
Lovely. That's great. So this is about working with your team and the employees. What about speaking with clients and vendors? Have you created any kind of special communication channels to work with them? Of course, you're using technology, but is there any
Yes.
measure that you've taken?
Not to be honest, not really, because it's all through Zoom or using WhatsApp that we've been trying to connect with people. But I've been trying to employ an ERP in terms of task assignment. So, but that's not related to a lot to the vendor side, but more of internal team, because even the response type from vendors right now is slower,
Hmm.
especially the vendor side. The customers, you can keep sending them emailers and stuff like that. But in this entire supply in the chain, I think it's been pretty stalled. So I've not really worked on getting, feedback from the vendor side on that way. So that's a little feedback I can give you.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Ankita, your message to young entrepreneurs who have just started and gotten into this challenge, what would you suggest them?
Well, I always call it the circus of my life. I think I've spoken about it so many times. Whether it's CIRCUS, where the
Hmm.
first C stands for collaboration. I think it's extremely important to collaborate. It's not a one-man show. I mean, you cannot run a startup alone. You need the right consultant on board. You need the right team on board. So it's about being a collaborative team that you can grow up with. Then the second one is I initiate. You have to roll out. As an I'm an ideator as well, and at the time of a lockdown, I came up with a simple idea of sustain and save, because we've learned from the lockdown that how important it is to save every resource we have, because you don't know how future is going to be, how exhausted the future is going to be. So initiation. So yes, I've been working on a website, trying to make an entire business plan on an idea. So you need to roll out. It's going to fail, but don't care about what it's going to happen, but just roll out. So initiation is one of the most important thing as a young entrepreneur. We all have ideas. Don't be scared. Just roll out. The third thing is reflect. We all make a lot of mistakes. We have to keep learning from them and improving from those mistakes, because uh, we always go through these low times. I personally go through many low times in my life where I think, what am I doing in life? Why can't I do something better? Maybe but it's okay. And you need to keep positive, be positive, and keep going harder and harder, because we are sometimes so hard to ourselves, entrepreneurs. We always think we can't do it, but I trust me, you can do everything. You have to just be calm and peaceful in this. Yeah. So the R is reflect, don't repeat your mistakes, and keep working. That's the only solution. And the fourth one is consistency. It's like any fitness regime. You have to be consistent in what you're doing. You have to have a routine. Consistency is the need to get it success. I mean, if you're doing something with focus and consistency, you will achieve your target. The fifth one is which is utilize. So there are so many resources available online or through people. So there's a network resource, there is knowledge resources, there's so many opportunities. But how can we utilize those opportunities is where one can succeed, right? So tap the right opportunity at the right time is all about utilization of everything. Your network, it could be people network, it could be your financial resource. So utilizing your resource, I think, is the most important thing. And the last one is my favorite one. It's called socialize,
Mhm.
because the more you meet people, the more you learn from them, right? So you have to be a student for life, I feel, because if you want to be a good listener and be a student and try to learn from people. So I'm actually not a voracious reader. I'm more of a people's person. So I like meeting people so that I can learn from them. And it's a way of gaining knowledge. So if you like to read, I definitely suggest to read. I've been trying to develop a habit, but it's not worked the best. So yes, that's my little circus of life, where C is about collaboration, I is initiation, R is reflect, C is consistency again, U utilization of your resources, and S is socialize and be a student. So that's my little. It's a long tip that I'm giving all the young entrepreneurs to actually go wherever they wish to go.
Lovely, man. Oh man, I mean, just 10 to 15 minutes of discussion. I think so. We should extend this call to up to 1 hour or 2 hours. There is so much to
No,
learn from here. I mean, it's just amazing if
thank
I
you.
if able to keep up with the circus of my life, collaborate, initiate, reflect, be consistent, utilize, and socialize. Amazing insights. In for
Thank you.
every I
Thank
think
you.
so, every entrepreneur, and in any situation, I think so they can apply this. uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great, great.
Yeah, and also the most important is a circus, you have to be happy. So the moral of the story is you have to be happy. Like a circus makes you happy, right? It makes you laugh. So I think if you're happy internally, you just feel better in life. So that's a little circus of my life.
Amazing, amazing.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Ankita. We are towards the end of this session. We are right there on the time. Last but not the least, we have, there's a surprise rapid fire for you. I believe it's
Wow.
going to be interesting. So let's go over it. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So bubble tea or masala chai?
Wow. Now it's masala chai. I think I've grown up now. So I think over time, I'm getting into manufacturing the masala chais now. I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Uh, Desi food or continental food?
Desi homemade food.
Wow, lovely. Last book that you read?
Well, I'm reading a very philosophical book. It's on
Hmm.
genealogy,
Oh,
about the Jain. Yes, so about our actual religion. So yeah, I'm
hmm,
reading. It's about karma. It's a lot about karma. Yeah.
amazing. That's lovely. Your favorite social media platform, where people can find you very easily?
Facebook. Or LinkedIn, actually, LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, I think LinkedIn for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Wow. Wow. This is a very tough one. Guilty pleasure. What can I think of? This is munching at midnight.
You do that
when
too?
I'm working, when I'm working late night, it's at 12:30, but I really feel hungry. And I know it's not a healthy thing, but I yet munch at midnight.
Yes, open the door of the fridge and just wonder why I opened it. And probably again munch on whatever you
Exactly.
find.
Yeah,
Oh.
only that's only at midnight. Like I decide after 7, I will not eat anything. But if I'm working like a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, then at 12 o'clock, I just feel hungry. It's like, oh, let's just do this.
And any online series that you are binging on currently?
No time.
No time. Very good. All right.
I'm sorry. It's I haven't had the time to see Netflix for after maybe Game of Thrones and also House of Cards. So after
Uh,
that, I've not but I've been watching like Contagion, which is about related to the coronavirus later thing. So I just opened that to see how they can solve. So it's not it's a movie. Yeah, yeah. So it's nothing related, but yes, nothing more. I've not had the time.
all right. Thank you
Yes,
so much, Ankita. Thank you so much for joining us today for this session. And
you're
for
welcome.
again for all the viewers, whoever wants to get connected through the helpline, want to help other people get connected over the helpline, I'm going to put the helpline
Thank
number
you.
in the message box or the description box in this video.
Yes.
So thank you so much for
Okay,
your
thank
time,
you.
Ankita. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Yeah, you too.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Yep. Bye bye.